Capricorn, listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is not by accident. This message has found you in the exact season of your life when you've been searching for clarity, praying for change, and wondering if God has forgotten you. He hasn't. October has already been marked in the heavens for you, and it carries a divine instruction. You and your family will not remain in the same place where pain tried to bury you. You will pack your bags, not with sorrow, but with joy, and relocate to a better place. But before we go deeper, pause for a moment. This is not the time to be passive. If this resonates with your spirit, stop scrolling right now, subscribe to this channel and comment, "It's my time," below. Don't underestimate that simple action, because words create alignment. By declaring it, you open a door. When you engage here, you place your faith into movement, and it is movement that pulls miracles out of hiding. You've carried burdens long enough, Capricorn. You've been in places that drained you, surrounded by environments that kept you small, relationships that questioned your worth, and jobs that paid you less than you deserved. But October is the month when the unseen hand of destiny begins to stir, shifting you from where you are to where you're meant to be. Think of Steve Jobs, who was once forced out of the very company he created. At that moment, it looked like humiliation, like failure, like the end of everything he worked for. But what looked like the end was really a relocation, a spiritual repositioning. He didn't stay down. He moved into a new space, birthed innovations that shook the world, and eventually came back stronger. That's what relocation does. It forces you to leave where you were comfortable, only to discover that comfort was never your destiny in the first place. And do you remember Abraham? God told him plainly, "Leave your father's house and go to a land I will show you." There was no map, no clear direction, no Google coordinates, just a word. Yet it was in obedience to that word that Abraham became the father of nations. Capricorn, the stirring in your spirit, the restlessness, the sudden discontent with where you are is not random. It's divine instruction. The move may not make sense now. The timing may feel inconvenient. But history has proven over and over again that those who listen when destiny whispers never regret it. Signs are already around you. Maybe you've noticed arguments at home that appear out of nowhere, doors closing suddenly, friendships shifting, people walking away. These are not punishments, they are divine signs. Destiny has a way of making certain environments uncomfortable so you can no longer stay in what was never meant to hold you. Look at the Israelites. Egypt once sheltered them, gave them food during famine, and provided stability. But the same Egypt became their prison, their place of bondage. God had to allow discomfort to rise up until they were ready to move. Capricorn, that's what's happening in your life right now. October is not about comfort, it is about calling. I think about Oprah Winfrey. Born in Mississippi, raised in poverty, abused as a child, her environment did not promise greatness. If she had stayed in that place, if she had allowed her beginnings to define her endings, the world would never have known her as the voice of empowerment she became. She relocated to Chicago, and that move birthed the Oprah Winfrey Show. That relocation was more than a change of address. It was a change of destiny. Capricorn, your story mirrors this truth. Where you are is not the final chapter. October is when the new pages start turning. But relocation is never without resistance. Before the promise comes, the pressure intensifies. You may already be feeling it, unexpected expenses draining your savings, opportunities that looked certain suddenly vanishing, loved ones questioning your decisions. You may feel like everything is falling apart. But let me tell you something profound. What looks like falling apart is actually falling into place. Elon Musk left South Africa with nothing but a restless vision. He struggled, faced rejection, slept on couches, and nearly lost it all. Yet every hardship was proof that he was on the right path. If he hadn't left, if he hadn't dared to move, the Tesla you know today, the SpaceX you marvel at, would never have existed. And this is where Joseph's story reminds us of divine mystery. Sold by his brothers, falsely accused, thrown into prison, Joseph didn't choose his relocation. It was forced on him. Yet every betrayal and every loss was moving him closer to the palace, where he would one day save nations from famine. Capricorn, some of you feel like relocation is being forced on you through job loss, through broken relationships, through sudden closures, but do not despise it. The pain you are experiencing now is prophecy in disguise. Have you noticed the strange things happening around you lately? Dreams that feel like warnings, sudden impulses to pack even when you do know where to go, a voice telling you this is not your final stop. These are whispers of destiny. Even nature shows us these signs: ants leaving a nest before rain falls, birds migrating when seasons shift. Creation itself is prophetic, and right now it is echoing what October holds for you. But I must prepare you. October will test you before it blesses you. There will be moments when money seems tighter than ever, when people you counted on will distance themselves, when you'll feel like giving up. These are the contractions before birth. Destiny never arrives without labor pains. That's why some of you will feel a heaviness in your chest, a loneliness you can't explain, or a sudden urge to let go of things you once thought you couldn't live without. It is not random. It is the signal that relocation is near. Think again of the pilgrims leaving Europe on the Mayflower. They weren't leaving comfort. They were escaping persecution, rejection, and the limitations of their land. Their journey was long, brutal, many didn't make it, but those who did birthed a new nation. Capricorn, October is your Mayflower moment. It may not look glamorous, it may not feel easy, but it will set the foundation for generations. And then there, Rihanna, a teenage girl from Barbados, small island, limited resources. But there was something in her spirit that said, there's more. She took the risk, relocated, and stepped into rooms she never imagined. The world now sings her songs and wears her brand. Relocation gave her a platform she never would have known had she stayed where she was. Capricorn, I need you to hear me. What is waiting for you in October is not just about survival, it's about expansion. So imagine yourself packing, not with fear, but with faith. Imagine your children laughing in safer streets. Imagine walking into homes that feel like answered prayers. Imagine signing papers that secure your future. October holds these images, but they are not fantasies, they are previews. You may think you're watching this by chance, but nothing about this is chance. The timing is divine, the words are aligned, and your spirit is confirming it even as you listen. October carries a letter with your name on it, Capricorn, but what's written inside is not yet fully revealed. The first sign of it will come in a way you don't expect, and it will shock you. You've been prepared for this moment without realizing it, and when it arrives, everything you thought you knew about your journey will suddenly make sense in ways you never imagined. There is a stirring in the air that you cannot ignore, Capricorn. You may feel it as a restlessness, a subtle tug in your heart that refuses to settle, a whisper in your spirit that says, something is about to change. And it is true. The universe is aligning, and October is the month where what has been long awaited begins to take shape. You may have been watching others around you move forward, seemingly favored by circumstances, while you remain in the same place, wondering if your prayers are being heard. But take heart, this is the moment your faith begins to manifest in ways that will shock you, and the signs are already appearing. Opportunities will present themselves in ways that seem coincidental, yet nothing about this is random. Doors will open that you did not even know existed, connections will appear out of thin air, and even the people who once doubted you will be the very instruments that testify to your breakthrough. Perhaps you've noticed strange events around you, phone calls at odd hours, unexpected meetings with old friends, or even sudden shifts in your workplace that make you question what is really happening. These are not just happenstance, they are confirmations. Look at history, how God guided the Israelites to leave Egypt. Their signs were subtle at first: a burning bush, a series of plagues, a stranger with a message. The divine orchestration was clear only to those who were paying attention, who were willing to see beyond the ordinary. Capricorn, the subtle signs in your life now are just like that. They are preparing you to leave the place where you have been confined, constrained, and limited, and to step into a realm where your family and your legacy will flourish. Real life mirrors this principle constantly. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, a woman who was living in poverty, rejected by multiple publishers, and struggling as a single mother. The world could not see her potential, and yet she persisted. Opportunities came unexpectedly, doors opened in ways that were not logical to those around her, and eventually her work transformed the lives of millions. Capricorn, your own signs may not look like much now, but just as Rowling's life was orchestrated by unseen hands, so too is yours being guided toward the right relocation, the right environment, and the right season for blessings. Family dynamics will play a key role in your transition. Sometimes, the environment we stay in is not just about us, it is about the collective spiritual alignment of everyone connected to us. You may have felt tension at home, disagreements with loved ones, or the unspoken sense that your family's growth is being stifled. These feelings are accurate. The universe has been preparing each member of your household, aligning hearts and spirits so that when the relocation comes, everyone will step into a space that nurtures not just material success, but emotional and spiritual harmony. There is something profoundly sacred in a move that is divinely timed. It is not about the furniture or the walls, but about the life that will be built within that space. The challenges you face now are necessary. Before every relocation, there is a season of resistance. Unexpected obstacles appear, finances may feel tight, and the pressure to stay in your current situation may be intense. This is deliberate. Look at the story of Oprah Winfrey once more. Not only did she relocate to Chicago, but she also had to endure countless auditions, rejections, and moments where success seemed impossible. That resistance did not come to stop her, it came to prepare her. Capricorn, the pressure you feel now is not punishment. It is a spiritual calibration, ensuring that when the moment to move arrives, you step fully prepared, confident, and unshakable in your purpose. Signs in your environment are multiplying. Nature itself conspires to send messages. Maybe you have noticed ants migrating before a heavy rain, birds suddenly flying in unexpected patterns, or even trees shedding in unusual ways. These are not random, they are symbolic of the change that is coming. The spiritual world often mirrors the physical, and when creation itself shifts, it is a signal for you to pay attention. Capricorn, the signs are all around you, the gentle nudges, the subtle warnings, the coincidences that feel too precise to be mere chance. They are preparing you to recognize the exact moment when your move will begin. Financially, doors will open in unexpected ways. You may suddenly receive opportunities that appear out of nowhere, job offers, business propositions, or even inheritances. These are not coincidences. Every financial seed that has been planted over the years, even those that seemed wasted, is now preparing to bear fruit. Look at Elon Musk. When he relocated from South Africa, he had virtually nothing. Every struggle, every setback, every night spent without security or certainty was positioning him to receive the opportunities that would eventually lead to Tesla, SpaceX, and unimaginable influence. Your financial breakthroughs are coming, Capricorn, but they will arrive at the right location, in the right environment, and at the right time. Spiritually, you will feel a sense of alignment unlike anything before. Joseph's story reminds us that displacement does not equal defeat. Sold into slavery, cast into prison, Joseph's relocation seemed harsh, unjust, and unfair, yet each move was a stepping stone to power, influence, and divine fulfillment. Capricorn, your current discomforts, your current frustrations, and even your fears are part of a larger plan. They are shaping you into a vessel that can carry not just material blessings, but spiritual authority, emotional resilience, and generational impact. Children and loved ones will also benefit. The relocation is not just about you, it is about the collective future of those tied to your household. Perhaps your children's schools will improve, their opportunities will multiply, and their spirits will flourish in a place that is aligned with God's promise. Maybe relationships within your home will transform, bonds will strengthen, and peace will replace tension. The relocation is orchestrated to maximize blessings for everyone involved. And it will manifest in ways that may surprise even you. October is already sending its invitations. You may receive a call, an email, or even a dream that feels unusually vivid. These are the first indicators of what is coming. Pay attention. Opportunities will not always announce themselves with grandeur. They often arrive quietly, subtly, and unexpectedly. Just like the Israelites were guided by pillars of cloud and fire, you too will be guided by signs that may seem ordinary, yet carry extraordinary implications. The climax of this transition will reveal itself gradually. As the days pass, events that seem disconnected will begin to form a clear pattern. Challenges that once appeared insurmountable will fade as doors open effortlessly. You will witness how every moment of struggle, every sleepless night, and every season of waiting was necessary to prepare you for the precise moment of divine relocation. And then there will be the first unmistakable sign, the moment when you know without doubt that your life is about to change. It could come as a sudden opportunity, an unexpected blessing, or even a surprising conversation with someone who becomes the key to your next chapter. This is the part that many have prayed for, yet few recognize immediately. Capricorn, your attention, faith, and readiness are crucial. When the sign arrives, the momentum will be unstoppable, and you will move from anticipation to action with a clarity that feels almost miraculous. Real-life stories continually remind us that the timing of relocation is critical. Think of Rihanna again, leaving Barbados at a young age, facing uncertainty, yet stepping boldly into America with faith that her path would unfold. The move was neither easy nor immediate, but every struggle was a preparation. Every disappointment, every rejection, every uncertain moment was laying the foundation for the success and influence she now commands. Capricorn, the same principle applies to you. Your move in October is divinely orchestrated, and the benefits will ripple through generations, shaping not only your destiny, but the destiny of those connected to you. Financial, spiritual, and emotional alignment will converge as you relocate. This is why it is so important to remain attentive to the signs, remain faithful despite pressures, and stay engaged with the process. The engagement you show now, through prayer, declaration, and faith, is not passive. It is active participation in a divine plan that is far greater than you can imagine. By subscribing to channels, declaring your faith, and speaking your intentions aloud, you place your spirit in harmony with the forces orchestrating your move. The suspense lies in the precise moment of departure. While the world around you may seem ordinary, Capricorn, the universe is not waiting for you to fully understand. The divine hand has already prepared the timing, the path, and the key people who will facilitate your relocation. Every event, every encounter, and every moment of anticipation is building toward that pivotal instant when your life will shift in ways that cannot be reversed. And so you watch, you listen, and you prepare. The small signs, the subtle nudges, and even the challenges that seem unfair are all part of the divine symphony playing in your favor. Every detail is being orchestrated for your benefit. The move is coming. The shift is inevitable. And when it begins, the world you know will no longer define you. Instead, you will step into a place prepared for your growth, your joy, your peace, and your destiny. Everything you have prayed for, Capricorn, is within reach, but it will arrive not as a surprise without warning, but as a meticulously timed orchestration, perfectly aligned with your faith, your readiness, and your obedience to the signs that are already unfolding in your life. The universe is already moving, and when the first signal appears, you will understand with absolute clarity that this is the moment for which you have been prepared, and the life you have envisioned is ready to begin. The moment is approaching, Capricorn, and the signs are growing louder now. You may have noticed that the patterns around you are intensifying, that events which seemed random before are starting to form a clear rhythm. Opportunities are arriving at unexpected times, and even people who once doubted your potential are beginning to show up in ways that feel deliberate, as if the universe is orchestrating every connection, every conversation, every seemingly small encounter to push you toward the next stage of your life. It is crucial to stay alert and present because the subtleties you might have dismissed yesterday are now the breadcrumbs leading you to your destiny. This is the time to keep your eyes open, to notice who is speaking into your life, who is encouraging your steps, and who is opening doors without even knowing it. Engagement now is not passive. It is your way of aligning with the flow that is already moving around you, and it is that alignment that will ensure you are ready when the relocation begins. Have you felt the pressure recently, the sense that you are being pushed, nudged, or even forced to leave what once felt like a home or a safe place? This is the divine preparation stage. Challenges are escalating not to punish you, but to break the hold of stagnation. You may face sudden financial strain, unexpected disagreements, or moments of discouragement, and while they might feel overwhelming, these are exactly the signs that indicate the necessity of change. Look at the life of J.K. Rowling once more, not simply as an inspiring tale, but as a blueprint for understanding divine timing. She faced poverty, rejection, and despair, yet every obstacle was a marker, a confirmation that the path she was on, painful as it seemed, was necessary for her ultimate relocation into global influence. Capricorn, your challenges are not random. They are signals, a complex orchestration preparing you for the breakthrough that is about to arrive. Your family will play a pivotal role in this transition. The subtle unrest you feel at home is not merely circumstantial, it is spiritual calibration. The energies of your household are adjusting in preparation for a shift that will benefit not just you, but everyone connected to you. Arguments that arise, tensions that feel unbearable, and even moments of separation are not signs of failure. They are indicators that your environment is transforming, aligning in such a way that the move, when it comes, will bring collective prosperity and peace. When you step into your new space, Capricorn, it will be a place where relationships heal, opportunities abound, and the burdens that weighed heavily on your household will begin to dissipate. The location you are moving to is not simply a new address. It is a new dimension for growth, a space crafted for your family's destiny. The signs in your environment have multiplied and will continue to manifest in ways that are both subtle and profound. Nature itself is orchestrating messages for you. You may have noticed ants abandoning a nest unexpectedly, birds shifting flight paths without clear reason, or even natural phenomena that seem out of season. These are not random occurrences. The natural world has always mirrored spiritual realities, and Capricorn, the changes you are witnessing in creation are aligned with the relocation that is imminent for you. This is the moment to pay attention to the details, to recognize the seemingly minor coincidences as the divine orchestration that they are, and to prepare yourself spiritually, emotionally, and mentally for the shift that is approaching. Financially, the alignment is beginning to take shape. Unexpected opportunities, windfalls, and doors you did not even know existed will start presenting themselves. The timing will be precise, as if the universe has been holding these blessings in reserve until you are fully ready to receive them. Look at Elon Musk, leaving South Africa with nothing, sleeping on couches, facing near-constant rejection and hardship. Every challenge he faced, every uncomfortable displacement, was positioning him to receive the precise opportunities that would eventually lead to Tesla, SpaceX, and the influence he commands today. Your own financial breakthrough will not be random or accidental. It will arrive in a manner that is perfectly synchronized with your relocation, ensuring that when you move, the resources, opportunities, and support are already in place for you to step into a higher level of provision. Spiritually, the alignment is unmistakable. Joseph's story in Egypt is not just a tale of endurance. It is a blueprint for understanding how forced relocation can be the precursor to destiny. Sold by his brothers, falsely accused, and imprisoned, Joseph had every reason to despair, yet every displacement was a step closer to power, influence, and divine fulfillment. Capricorn, your current frustrations, anxieties, and fears are part of the same divine calculation. The pressure you feel, the discomfort that surrounds you, and the uncertainty that may be keeping you awake at night are all necessary components of the preparation. They are shaping you into someone capable of receiving not just material blessings, but spiritual authority, emotional maturity, and generational impact. Children and loved ones will also experience the benefits of this transition. Schools, communities, and relationships will align in a way that nurtures growth and success. You may notice subtle changes already, the way your children interact, the opportunities that seem to appear for them, or even the sense of peace beginning to emerge within your family unit. This is evidence that the move is not simply about relocation. It is about collective elevation, a shift in environment that catalyzes transformation for everyone involved. The relocation is designed to maximize blessings, to create a setting where growth is inevitable and where the seeds planted over years will finally bear fruit. October is already sending its invitations, subtle but unmistakable. You may experience vivid dreams, sudden insights, or unexpected calls and meetings. These are the first indicators of the coming breakthrough. Opportunities will not always arrive in dramatic ways. Often they are quiet, subtle, and easily overlooked if you are not paying attention. Just as the Israelites were guided by the pillars of cloud and fire, you too will find guidance in signs that appear ordinary but carry extraordinary significance. Every conversation, every chance meeting, and every seemingly minor event is a thread in the tapestry that is being woven for your relocation. The pressure you feel now is designed to prepare you for the climax of this transition. As events accelerate, patterns that were once invisible will become unmistakable. Obstacles that seemed insurmountable will dissolve as doors open effortlessly. Every moment of waiting, every hardship endured, and every difficulty faced is positioning you for the exact moment when the move becomes undeniable. This is the moment when faith will be tested, when readiness will matter most, and when the alignment of circumstances, people, and timing will converge in a way that cannot be replicated. And then, Capricorn, the unmistakable sign will arrive. It may come as a conversation, an unexpected opportunity, or even an event that seems too precise to be mere chance. This is the confirmation you have been waiting for. The clarity will be undeniable, and the path forward will open in a way that demands immediate action. The first step will set everything in motion, creating momentum that will carry you forward, reshaping not just your physical surroundings, but the trajectory of your life, your family, and your legacy. Think again of Rihanna, leaving Barbados, uncertain, with the world unknown before her. Every hardship she faced was part of the preparation for a destiny that could not have unfolded had she remained in the place she knew. Capricorn, your move will mirror this truth. What seems uncertain, what feels uncomfortable, and what appears inconvenient is all part of the divine orchestration preparing you to step into a life of unimaginable potential. The relocation is not merely about survival. It is about expansion, elevation, and alignment with the life you were always meant to live. Everything you have experienced up to this point, every struggle, every moment of doubt, every late night spent questioning your path has been necessary. The divine timing of October is precise, and the alignment of events is exact. When the first sign of relocation appears, the flow will be unstoppable, and your life will shift with a force that cannot be resisted. You will step into a space that has been prepared for you, a space where blessings are not just possible, but inevitable. The moment is near, Capricorn, and you must remain vigilant, attentive, and faithful. Engage actively with the process through prayer, declaration, and alignment with the signs. Every subtle nudge, every coincidence, and every challenge is part of the orchestration leading you to the move. The universe is already moving on your behalf, and when the first indicator appears, everything will fall into place with an immediacy that is both thrilling and undeniable. The suspense builds because the exact moment of relocation, the instant when you will know that your life is shifting, is imminent. It will arrive in a way that feels sudden, unexpected, and yet perfectly timed. Every detail of your past struggles, every night of worry, every moment of faith in the unseen has been necessary to prepare you for this instant. And when it comes, Capricorn, you will understand with absolute clarity that this is the moment for which you were prepared, the shift that will redefine your life, and the relocation that will carry you and your family into a future more abundant than you have ever imagined. Capricorn, you may feel as if life has been weighing heavily on your shoulders, that every step forward has been met with resistance, that every door you tried to open seemed locked. Yet there is a quiet, undeniable stirring in your spirit, a whisper that refuses to be silenced. Change is coming. This is your moment. October has been marked for you, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine design. And I need you to engage with me fully, subscribe to this channel, comment "I'm ready," and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Every action of faith you take now is a key, unlocking the doors that have seemed permanently closed. Your destiny is waiting, and you must step forward intentionally to meet it. Think about the pressure you've felt recently, the stress at home, the unexpected bills, the opportunities that vanish just as they appear. All of this has been preparing you for a season of relocation that will redefine your life. You see, the universe has a way of making certain environments uncomfortable so that you can no longer remain in what is holding you back. Abraham was called to leave his father's house without knowing where he was going. The Israelites were forced out of Egypt into the wilderness. Rihanna left the familiarity of Barbados for America, risking everything for a dream. Each story reflects the principle that growth often demands movement, and movement often comes with discomfort. Capricorn, your restlessness, your impatience, and even your fear are not mistakes. They are signals that the timing for your move is ripe, and that the world you've been waiting for is ready for you. Financially, the universe has been aligning resources for you. Look at Elon Musk, who left South Africa with nothing, facing near-constant rejection, sleep-deprived nights, and uncertainty, only to rise to global influence and wealth. Your situation is not unlike his. The scarcity, the struggles, the sudden pressures, they are all strategic. Doors will open in ways that defy logic. Opportunities that seemed impossible will present themselves, and blessings will arrive at just the right moment. You may not yet see the full picture, but every challenge has been a necessary calibration to ensure that when the relocation occurs, you are equipped to step into abundance with readiness and wisdom. Spiritually, you are being prepared to receive what is bigger than you. Joseph, sold into slavery and imprisoned unjustly, did not see the full plan. Every betrayal, every setback, every moment of despair was a step closer to the throne he would eventually occupy. Capricorn, the discomforts, the betrayals, and the trials you face now are laying the foundation for your destiny. The people who have disappointed you, the doors that have closed, and the situations that felt unfair are all instrumental in shaping you into a vessel capable of receiving your promised blessings. This is a time for faith beyond understanding, trust beyond visible evidence, and patience beyond what feels natural. Your family will feel the ripple effects profoundly. The relocation is not merely about physical movement. It is about shifting the energy, the opportunities, and the possibilities for everyone connected to you. Perhaps you have felt strain at home, disagreements that seem unresolvable, or a sense that your children's potential is being limited by your current environment. October is a turning point. The change in space, in surroundings, and in circumstances will create a fertile ground for healing, growth, and prosperity. Your children will thrive in ways they could not in your current situation, relationships will strengthen, and the collective peace and abundance of your household will be restored. Nature itself is sending confirmations. Ants migrating before the rain, birds changing flight paths, and subtle shifts in the environment are symbolic reflections of the change awaiting you. Creation mirrors destiny. And the signs are all around you, Capricorn. Pay attention to coincidences. They are often divine interventions in disguise. The timing of every small detail, every chance meeting, every unexpected encounter is coordinated to guide you toward your relocation. The universe does not act haphazardly. It moves in precision, orchestrating each piece to ensure that your transition is smooth, timely, and aligned with the purpose that has been set for you. The pressure you feel will peak just before the breakthrough. Unexpected financial demands, relational conflicts, and personal doubts will intensify, but these are not deterrents, they are refining fires. Think again of J.K. Rowling, whose hardships, homelessness, and repeated rejections were essential preparation for her global success. The very things that feel like obstacles are actually confirmations that your path is correct, that the relocation you are being prepared for is imminent, and that you are ready to step into a season that will elevate your life, your family, and your legacy. As October approaches, you will begin to notice the signs becoming unmistakable. A vivid dream may guide you, a conversation may redirect you, or an opportunity may appear at exactly the right moment. These are the markers that will prepare you for the move. Each encounter, each situation, each subtle shift is part of the divine orchestration that has been quietly guiding your steps. The relocation is not just a physical change. It is a spiritual realignment, a collective elevation, and a transformation that will impact generations to come. The climax of this period of preparation is approaching rapidly. The moment will arrive when the signs, opportunities, and confirmations align perfectly, leaving no doubt that it is time to act. Your faith, your persistence, and your attention to detail will converge with divine timing to create a momentum that cannot be stopped. The relocation will feel inevitable, unstoppable, and perfectly timed. Every obstacle, every challenge, and every hardship you have endured has been meticulously designed to prepare you for this moment of clarity, empowerment, and breakthrough. When the first unmistakable sign appears, everything will shift. A door that once seemed permanently closed will open effortlessly. An opportunity you never expected will present itself. A conversation or encounter will crystallize the path forward. The momentum of divine orchestration will carry you into a new space, a space prepared for your growth, your abundance, and your family's collective well-being. The relocation is not just about a new home. It is about stepping into your destiny, your purpose, and the fulfillment of promises long delayed. Everything you have endured, Capricorn, every moment of waiting, every challenge, and every setback has been aligning you with this precise moment. The relocation will not just bring relief, it will bring transformation, clarity, and empowerment. Your family will thrive, your resources will expand, and your spirit will align with the purpose that has been written for you. This move will mark the beginning of a new chapter, one that will exceed every expectation and manifest the blessings you have long sought. The suspense is building, Capricorn, because the exact moment of your relocation is imminent. The culmination of preparation, divine timing, and alignment is ready to unfold. Every detail has been orchestrated for maximum impact. The doors, the people, and the opportunities have been positioned for your arrival. When the first sign presents itself, it will be undeniable, unmistakable, and irreversible. The change is coming, and your life, as you have known it, is about to shift into a reality far greater than you have imagined.